Hello and welcome to the Aaron Roussos podcast. Today's little episode, I just wanted to explain to you, obviously I meet with a lot of people and a lot of people haven't got the time to even go through my website, even though it will save your life, give you guidance, protection and support like nothing else can. It will make your life a lot better. It has the only proof of a God, not the God that you've been introduced to, a completely different energy, and has a few, healing of a few incurable diseases, some of which 1 billion people have on the earth and 300 million people have. But hey, you're too busy to get there and check it out. Today I was asked things by a good friend of mine. Actually, it was his birthday, and I said, mate, let's do your numerology chart for your birthday. And I was asking questions about things that he'd been presented with, and I said, mate, from where I sit, every single thing can be worked out. You can actually know the truth. You know how at the moment we all sit on the fence. We don't like to really come to draw to any conclusions as to upset anyone based on the information we have. But we have a lot of grey areas and we don't know a hell of a lot of things. But to actually have a proof of God, testable, repeatable, that you can do at home yourself today, is the same formula as ultimately manifesting, which I've done a podcast before this, and how to cure incurable diseases, because you can't heal anything without knowing the cause, and I guess that's a fact, right? And so therefore, if you don't know what causes chronic anxiety or cancer or autoimmune disease or whatever, from all the information that's presented here on earth, then it might sound a little bit woo-woo, but we can go and find out from those other parts of ourself. And not many people know the other parts, how they work, or even the system that we belong to, for that fact. But the fact remains, again, that how is it, he said, how do you know? And I said, well, what you do is you test it, you try it, and when it works, you know where the information come from a very divine place. And when it works, can it be denied then? And he said, no. So that is how I can have the only proof of God over the Pope, the greatest religions in the world. That a little bit is fake, by the way. A little bit is presented by a man who wanted to keep you in fear and keep you from knowing the full truth about the big fella. They wanted to be a bridge. Everything that charges you money is usually a bridge between you and what you want to have. And so by building a bridge between the two, they can charge you for it. So we've got this beautiful understanding of all these things. And he's like, how do you know? 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 And I guess at the end of the day, everything that I'm telling you has spiritual applications, practical applications of spirituality that can all be tested and proven beyond a reasonable doubt that they actually are real, tangible, work every time, and that anyone can do it on the earth, just regardless of anything, of intelligence, race, where you are. And I've proven that time after time again. But we're all too busy just to look into it a little bit, to do a bit of reading, to do what I say as far as how I learnt and how I learnt to learn and how I learnt to do with this, this spiritual stuff. Because it's essentially all of us, not one of us is exempt from having a spiritual journey here on earth. And spiritual people call it an awakening because they think that you're asleep. They think that because when you're born you get a concoction, a vaccine of chemicals in your body, and then from that moment onwards, every single thing happens, keeps you away from that knowledge, away from knowing who you are, away from, basically having access to, a lot of the ancients, indigenous tribes around the world, they had to really, they had to know this for survival. They didn't have a technology like we do today. So there's nothing that can't be found. There's nothing that can't be found out energetically as well. There's different forms of that, and it's all there on the website. If you want, if you dare to delve deeper and just have a bit of a read, it's not like your normal learning. It's to form a knowing. That knowing can be tested, so you'll find out for sure, but there is a process, and it's not that it's hard or anything. It's just got to do things differently, basically. It's pretty simple. So go to aaronroussos.org and get amongst it, have the life that you dreamed of, manifest like a motherfucker, do things, be in control of your health, know what causes most of the diseases that everyone else has and is suffering from, and is using their mental powers to keep more disease coming for them. That's all there. It's all the most amazing discovery of our time, and it's free. So now, having most of these diseases is now a choice. Okay, if you've listened to this and you've decided to stick with your shit life, not shit, might be average, might be so-so, then that's now your choice, and you're entitled to your choice. We live in the only planet of free choice, but you don't know that either. You don't know much. That is probably the best I can tell you, is you don't know jack shit, but you're quite happy to laugh at me being spiritual, which is quite funny, really, when you think about it. I'm the one that should be laughing. Do you know what I mean? We tend to ridicule and laugh at things we don't understand, and in this instance, that thing we don't understand could save your life. So you're laughing at your own stupidness to keep you limited mentally in life, and in wealth and abundance, but also in health and in control of anything. So look, if you're ready, really embrace and go through the thing. For those who do, it's quite amazing, and for those who just want to keep on with their sleepy, comfortable part of life, then you are quite willing to do that as well. We're not here to tell you what to do. We're here to put everything out there. It's for free. Put everything out there, and then those who are ready can come along and grab what they need to at a particular time. So that's what we're all about here, and I just thought I'd get on and let you know that in my world there's nothing grey. There's still a few grey areas, just things I haven't really been interested in, that I haven't taken the time to check or find out what they all mean, and that is that's my choice, right? So have a great day, night, morning, wherever you are. This is the Aaron Roussos podcast here on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and a few other good places around town. What a time to be alive.